everyone, it's Liz, and welcome to another episode of Plant One on Me. Today we're going to be making a spaghetti squash enchilada boat, if you will. I'm going to call it a boat. It's really very good and very delicious. I would say the hardest part about this thing is cutting the spaghetti squash, so I'm going to try to show you how I do it. Not that I have it perfected or anything, but anyway, hopefully you will like it. I'm going to go over the ingredients. First, you're definitely going to need a spaghetti squash. Get one this size-ish, whatever. You know, they all kind of are the same size. You're going to need salt and pepper. Let's see, I have all my ingredients over there. Some yellow onion, half a cup, clove of garlic, some black beans. I get a can of black beans and rinse them really good. And some green chilies. I like mild. I get a 4-ounce can, and I like the mild kind. If you like the spicy kind, then that's the kind you should get. I chop up some cilantro. If you have an aversion to cilantro, do not do that. And some vegan cheese. I buy the kind at Trader Joe's or the kind at Whole Foods. It could be any vegan cheese you like, or maybe some kind that you make yourself, which would be nice. And I get like a Mexican blend, kind of cheddar or Colby or Monterey Jack, that kind of thing. And then for the enchilada sauce that we're going to pour on top of it, it's pretty much just like flour and a bunch of spices that I'm going to go over. Chili powder, cumin, garlic powder, salt, oregano, some vegetable stock, and tomato paste. And just so you know, underneath this video will be the ingredients and the whole recipe, so you could not have to replay this 800 times, but instead you could just read it underneath. Okay, so if you want to see how to do it, I'm going to show you. Okay, so the hardest part is cutting this. I don't really have an easy way to cut it. I can tell you that what some people do is they take the whole thing and they microwave it for like 5 or 6 minutes. And there it is. It was a little bit of a struggle. I don't know. I did some of it off camera, so you might not see. But anyway, this is what it looks like in here. I just kind of cut all the way around. If you put it in the microwave for 5 or 6 minutes and wait for it to cool down, it'll be super easy to cut. It's not my favorite way of doing it, but sometimes if I don't want to deal with cutting, that's what I do. Anyway, if you remember Halloween, it kind of looks like a pumpkin in there with all those seeds. Some people cook the seeds. I don't cook the seeds. But you want the seeds out of here. So you're scraping just kind of like a pumpkin, like you would do with a pumpkin. So let me kind of put it in the trash. And I use this. You could use anything you want, a knife, a spoon. I use the spoon that is a grapefruit spoon, just because it's a little bit serrated, so it helps a little bit. I know I'm probably not showing you what I'm doing, but sorry about that, guys. Sometimes I forget that you guys are watching me, and I just do it. Okay, so if you've been watching my videos, you know nothing is perfect. So at some point, it's just good enough. And there it is. So I'm going to do both of them. I'm going to put them in here. I'm going to put a little olive oil, salt and pepper, and then I'm going to put it in the oven for 1 hour. Okay? And when I take it out, I'll show you what it looks like, because I did one earlier today, and there it is. So that's all cooked. Okay? So now what you do, it's called spaghetti squash because it turns into spaghetti. So you scrape. Scrape like this, and then you're making spaghetti. And it's a lot better than spaghetti, a lot less carbs, better for you, healthier for you. So you're making spaghetti. So there it is. And when you first take it out of the oven, I took it out just a little while ago, so it's not hot anymore, but when you first take it out, you will not be able to hold it like this because it'll be super hot, so don't do that. Okay? So this is the easy part. So you could do lots of things with this. I've done other recipes, which I will show you at some other time, but right now I'm doing the enchilada recipe. Okay, so here it is. Scrape, scrape. Real easy. You just need a simple fork, no special tool or anything like that. It comes really easy. I'm not scraping hard at all. Okay, and this is really delicious. If you've never had it, then this is a treat for you. It's like a low-cal, yummy treat. And each half really makes a lot, right? I mean, you can see how much is in here. So a lot of times I leave it in there and I serve in there, which I'm going to do, hence the boat description of what I'm making. Okay, so I'm going to leave that alone, and now I'm going to work on the filling. So let's kind of go over to the stove. Okay, and I'm going to do a little olive oil. It would help if you could see what I'm doing, so I will turn on the light. And I'm going to use some onion. I have a mixture of onion in here. I have red and white onion. Why? Because that's what I had left over from whatever it was I was cooking. God knows what that was. Probably should have a hot pan already. I didn't. That's okay. And I'm going to do the garlic as well. So garlic and onion. A lot of my recipes start with garlic and onion. Not every single one, but this one does. So I'm going to wait for this to start cooking. And once that starts to do its thing, we will we'll put some beans in. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for this, I might start on my sauce, which is I'm going to cook in a saucepan. I don't know whether I'm going to confuse you by cooking too many things. I'm just trying to think about what I want to do, but I'll go for it. I'm going to let that do its thing, you know. So if you're confused, I'm sorry, but there will be, like I say, a written recipe underneath, and you can do it in any order you want. So I'm going to put some olive oil in a little saucepan. You know, maybe I'm putting a tablespoon in each thing. So if you're a measurement person, that's what I'm doing. And then I have this flour, and the flour that I'm using is I'm using spelt flour. You could use absolutely any flour you want. Make it like an all-purpose flour. I'm using spelt flour because that's what I had in the house, and so I'm doing that. And I'm gonna whisk it with some olive oil. So it just kind of like gets a little bit clumpy, you could see. Like I'm just combining the olive oil and the flour until it's like a clumpy thing like that. Okay. Then I'm going to put in these seasonings, all of them, at the same time, which are the garlic, cumin, chili powder, salt. I'm continuing to combine right here, like this, with this whisk. Okay. So there it is. And then I'm going to pour in my vegetable stock, right here. And guess what? I'm going to whisk again. And just try to combine the seasonings with the vegetable stock. And lastly, I'm going to put in my tomato paste. So if you're somebody who says, I don't want to deal with all that, I get it. You could buy enchilada sauce in a can and see what's in it, and if it's something that's vegan-ish, that's fine. I might as well stir this around a little bit. This is kind of just about ready for me to add my black beans. And my chili. And my salt and pepper. Okay. Put a little cilantro. I like cilantro. Just kind of let this come together a little bit in the pan. Okay. So let's go back to the sauce. You're whisking just to try to get rid of lumps in the sauce. And because of the flour, it will eventually thicken. You gotta let it kind of simmer for a little bit, maybe until, 10 or 15 minutes of simmering. So that's why it's a good idea to start with it. But I feel like I've gotten the lumps out. I'm going to turn this down so it's kind of low. This is really pretty much good to go. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing with it. I'm going to go grab my zucchini. This is not zucchini, guys. Sorry. This is spaghetti squash. And I am going to put this on top. Okay. So I'm putting this on top. I'm going to try to do like half and half, so I'll make it, so I'll have enough for two. My sauce is still simmering. I think sometimes with cooking, timing is everything, right? You want things to be done at the same time, if at all possible. Okay, so there we go. A little extra I'll put in here. Okay, let me grab my cheese. Like I say, I buy this cheese at Trader Joe's. I like it. There's lots of other good cheese out there that you could buy. I put it in like this. This is about 1 cup of cheese, so that's what I put on. And then I'm going to stick it in the oven on broil for not a long time, okay? It's going to be for a short time. Let me change the setting on here to broil. And let's see. Here we go. Broil. Okay. Newfangled ovens, I tell you. Okay. I'll put it in here for not very long. Maybe 5 minutes. You know, I'll set my timer for 5 minutes. There we go. And in 5 minutes, it'll be a bubbly, yummy. Dish. And this should be ready too. It's starting to thicken now. It's not quite as watery as it was before. So let this go for a little bit longer, and then when the other is done, then we'll pour it on top. Okay, so we'll check back in 5 minutes. Okay, it's done. Look how delicious that looks. Check it out. And then you could serve it. Put it on some pretty plate or something like that. It's hot, so I'm using my UGG gloves. Here's the sauce that we made earlier. Pour that sauce on. You see it's thicker now, right? A little sauce. And you could put some more cilantro if you like. Make it look pretty. There it is, guys. So check it out. Try it. Let me know how you like it. And don't forget to tell your friends and subscribe, okay? Happy cooking, everyone! Don't forget to subscribe below, okay? And if you're looking for a written version of this recipe, you can find it below, right next to the subscribe button, okay? Tell your friends. Happy cooking!